Are you having fun? Is this your first con? Oh my god, congratulations. I might get you to plug your ears for when I'm on the panel. Okay. What do you think? So, we've got a bit of music for you now, guys. Who do we have? Hi guys. How are y'all? Good. Happy Friday. Happy New Jersey Con Day. We used to do this all the time, remember?
Yes.
Back in 1975 to 1983, we had a really good run.
Yeah, we did.
So my name is Jason Mans. If you don't recognize me, you're not wrong. I had some music on the show, and I've been lucky enough to get invited back to play some tunes once in a while. And I always say yes, it's a really fun crowd to play for, so I'm always happy to be here. This is my concert, also my Q&A, so we call it my Quancert. Thank you for laughing, those of you that heard that joke 1,000 times. But I appreciate it. But it has been a long time since you heard it, so that's good. If you have any questions, feel free to head up to the mic. If not, I'll just sing some songs.
And the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me. If the sky we look upon should tumble and fall, oh, the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me. If ever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me.
Thank you. So as you can tell, we're just gonna rock it out right now.
Slayer.
Watch your ear plugs because you are in for some loud noises. Just kidding. When we were coming up to stage earlier to do sound check. So obviously, Rob isn't here on Fridays at the moment, and I fill in for him and sing a little bit until he gets here on Saturday. And as we were walking to sound check this morning, Billy, not making a joke, like it was a really sincere question. He looked at me and went, "Jason, what's the loudest song you know?" And I laughed, and then realized he was serious, and I was like, "Yeah, we gotta do some work. If we're gonna be doing these opening songs, I gotta learn some real rock tunes." But I've always liked the kind of laid back stuff, so that's what I learned the most of, and that's kind of what I wrote. Which I will say, many moons ago, when I met Eric Kripke, and he was kind enough to say, "Hey, give me your stuff. I'll put it on the show." I obviously went and got him a CD because you don't say no to that. But when I handed him the CD, I was like, "Listen, I enjoy the show. I've seen the show, and when you listen to my music and you know that it doesn't fit on the show, I'm not going to be offended." And you know what I mean. I sing a lot of love songs, and the show's got two dudes that drive a muscle car and shoot a lot of things. So I was like, I'm not offended at all. So it actually, the place it ended up being was really funny and kind of a direct result of that conversation, I think. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing really well.
Excellent. I want to thank you for your continuation of your Quarantine Tuesdays.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
I don't think I missed I think I missed like 2 of them in the whole entire quarantine.
How dare you? There was only 157 of them.
Well, one of them
That's nearly 1% that you missed.
I know.
More than 1%.
But I absolutely, they kept me sane. Well, saner. I was wondering if you could play Butterfly or Butterfly in the City, whatever the title you decided to give it.
Sure. That is actually the title.
Butterfly in the City?
Butterfly or Butterfly in the City. I'm not exactly sure yet. That's the title of this song.
Another Monday morning, the sea of gray when I go. Briefcases trudging to work, but somehow she just floats. The train doors slide open, stern faces piling. By the time they open, everybody is smiling. The streets light up wherever she goes. She don't know just how it flows. The streets light up wherever she goes. Oh, she doesn't know a butterfly in the city. It might be October, but the man said the sky is gray. But if you get to know her, she'll swear that it's May. It's sure just where she's going. It's clear just where she's been. Her face is sea is glowing. Every mouth has a grin. The streets light up wherever she goes. in the city.
Thanks for the request. Hi.
My question is, who is the hardest person to convince to do the Christmas album?
That's a good question. Well, you know, it depends. Depends on what you mean by convince. So I would probably say Jared, because the conversations that I had about the fact that it might happen in the future, he was very like, I don't, you know. He didn't really say no, but he was not like, that's awesome, I'm in. That sounds really fun. Which most of the other guys were like, yeah, that's it. That's awesome, I'm in. But Jared ended up being very easy to convince because we were standing next to the microphone on set, and I was like, you want to sing one? And he was like, yeah, sure. So that's kind of how it went. Like he was both the most difficult and easiest to convince at the same time. Does that make sense? It's okay if you say no, because it didn't to me. Okay, thank you for the question. Hi,
Hi, sweetheart.
how are ya?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
The next album? We're waiting.
I am waiting too.
Oh, well, at least we're not alone.
No, I'm working on some stuff. Yeah, I think I've said this before, but I had written a bunch of stuff prior to the pandemic, stuff like the song I just played, and had COVID not happened, that album would probably be alive and well at the moment. But then I, spent, as we all did, a year plus sitting. And I just, anytime you do that, you think too much. And so I got thinking, and I kind of determined that I wanted to sing different songs than those songs I had already written. And so I kind of started that process over again. So now I'm back in the writing phase. Hopefully that won't take too long. And then I can start recording. But yeah, it's been fun, but there's been a lot of other stuff, a lot of other fun stuff happening that's taken a lot of the time that I used to spend in the studio working on my music and other people's music. And we'll see if that, goes back to the way it was before, or whether, or it doesn't. And I don't know, I'm okay either way, I think, but we'll just see what the future holds.
And I hate to ask you to sing something old, but could you do Down? It's lively.
Sure. You can try.
Got me waiting, got me down on my knees. Wanna get in my way, got me begging please. Never matter what I'm doing, 'cause I'll just wait for you. Oh, got me down, down. say, when you say, yeah, you know I love my station, a better situation. I've got just what I'm after, 'cause all I want is you. You know you got me down, down. No, you got me down, down. No, you got me down, down. No, you got me down. Thank you for the question. Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Really good.
So I only made 2 of the quarantine shows because you happened to do them during the workday, so I
Did
think
you?
I picked up her slack.
I feel like you made the 2 she missed.
Yeah, obviously.
Y'all are a good team. She took 157, and you took the other 2. They were at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, so
They were, and the
there's
Orb
that.
Network does not like streaming.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just realized during that little breakdown there and down, it sort of sounded like the bop chorus. Did you rip them off? And if so, Jake would like a word.
It's an excellent question. I would leave that up to a judge to decide. I did not intentionally, in any way, rip them off. But you know, as Tom Petty taught us all, these things do circle around in the atmosphere and land in the back of people's subconscious to come out when they're writing a song. He won that lawsuit, and then somebody else that won on the other side of the issue said, well, there's only so many notes. There's only 7 of them. And they come in the same order a lot. So I don't know, to answer your question. I don't think so. But now I'm going to be worried about it. And I'm probably going to do some research. And if I feel comfortable enough, maybe I see a mashup in my future.
It's like the same chords are in Semi-Charmed Life and in Don't Stop Believing, and in, like the same 3 chords can be like 20
Oh, yeah.
songs.
No doubt. Have you ever seen, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like, it's 3 comedians, they're like musical comedians, I want to say they're from New Zealand or Australia, and they do what's it called? The Axis of Awesome, and it's basically the same 3 or 4 chord progression, and they play for, I'm going to say 20 minutes or something crazy, and they play like #1 hit after #1 hit after #1 hit with the same 4 chord progression, and it's awesome.
What was it called? Thank you.
Hi,
Hello,
how are ya?
good, how are you?
You did a good job on trivia.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to ask, so my nephew was born a year before the Covers with Friends album came out, so I would always, and
How does he like college?
he's thriving, I mean,
Good.
smarter than me. But I would always put him down for his nap to a couple songs on that album. I was just wondering, I guess for nostalgia's sake, like, would that ever be a thing you would do again, do a Covers with Friends album?
Yeah, I think so. We did a few more after that one. I feel like that first one was pretty special. And the other ones have been really, really fun, and I've enjoyed them. But yes, I would consider it. It's kind of a similar answer to what I was saying before. You know, time only goes one direction, and so everybody kind of gets busy with other stuff because everybody's really crazy talented and in demand. So as they should be, they're very busy. Those calculations to get all those guys in the studio were already tough when we lived in or near the same city. And so now we're all spread out all over the globe. So that, not to say that it won't happen, but it'll take some finessing to figure out how to do it. But yes, I would like to. It's so fun. Those guys are so fun to work with, and I always enjoy that finished product. So thank you. I hope your nephew is enjoying retirement.
Heart on the run keeps a hand on the gun. You can't trust anyone. And I was so sure what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun. Days when we raged, we blew off the page. Such damage was done. But I made it through, 'cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. Someone needs medical help, or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house, and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress in Richmond all high. When I sobered up, yeah, I swore off that stuff forever this time. And the old lover scene, I thought it'd be me who helped him get home. But home was a place, one that I'd never seen till you came along. So girl, hang your dress up to dry. We ain't leaving this room. So Passy, please break open wide and the river runs through. Carries this house all stone like a piece of driftwood. So cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. Till someone needs medical help, or the magnolias bloom. Carries this house all stone like a piece of driftwood. So cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. You cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. You cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing really,
That's good.
thank you.
It is one of my friend's birthdays tomorrow, and she can't be here.
Oh,
So she wanted me to request a song from you. Your choice of 3.
she knows me.
Yes.
All right. What are they?
For What It's Worth,
Uh-huh.
Crazy Love, or Journey.
Is it the 80s?
Just a small town girl. That one or is that the one?
Journey, yeah, that's it.
I'm just kidding.
I can feel a heartbeat from 1,000 miles, and the heavens open every time she smiles. I'm running to her, that's where I belong. Yeah, I'm running to her like a river song. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She got a fine sense of humor when I'm feeling down. I'm running to her when the sun goes down. She takes away my trouble, she takes away my grief. She takes away my heartache and I go right to sleep. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. Yes, I need her in the daytime. Yes, I need her in the night. Yes, I want to throw my arms around her, kiss her, hug her, and a kiss and hug her tight. When I'm returning from a long day, she give me some sweet loving, it brightens up my day. It makes me righteous, yes, it makes me whole. It makes me mellow right down to my soul. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love.
Happy birthday. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Really good. How are you?
I wanted to know what concert is on your bucket list. I just saw Elton John, and that's like to see him was like awesome. So I was just curious if there's someone you would love to see.
It's behind you.
It's a good question. Elton was actually in Indianapolis when we were in Indianapolis.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you see him in Indianapolis? You better not, because you'd been in trouble, because we played that night, too. So you almost got yourself in trouble there. No, I'm just kidding. I would love to see Elton do his thing. I see, this is, I'm a little weird, because I'm not a big concert guy. I mean, I love concerts. I don't like big concerts. So I love seeing really good singer-songwriters in like small cap venues if I can. But all that aside, I saw once, briefly, I saw Bruno Mars do his thing, and I think I need to see a full show, because what happened was I had some friends that worked at a radio station, and they invited me to this like I don't know, festival thing in Vegas, and like all of these amazing artists came up and played 2 or 3 songs. So it was super fun. I got to check a ton of people off the list, from Aerosmith, Sting, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, you know, a bunch. And I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, because the people that I just talked about, they're iconic. They legitimately, they're icons. They will forever be amazing historical musicians. But Bruno Mars came out and put every single person in that show to shame with the show. And I am not one to judge, because as you may or may not have noticed, I don't dance very much. Stand pretty still, play my guitar, and I sing my songs, and then I leave. And maybe it's because of that, you know, because I'm not a guy that moves so well, that I was just fascinated and mesmerized. And I love his, you know, he writes really catchy pop tunes, and you know, you can tell he puts everything into his music. But just his choreography and his band and his, you know, his dancers and all that kind of stuff, I was just like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I don't even understand how he can do that and sing at the same time. Anyway, that's my answer, I think. You're welcome. Lot of Bruno Mars fans in the audience. I can tell.
When your baby leaves you all alone, and there's nothing calling you on the phone, don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Here I am, honey, come on, cry to me. When you're all alone in your lonely room, and there's nothing but the smell of your perfume, don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Here I am, honey, come on, cry to me. Oh, nothing can be said on a glass of wine alone. Loneliness, loneliness, it's such a waste of time. Oh yeah, you don't never have to walk alone. Oh, you see, so come on and take my hand and walk with me. When you're waiting for a voice to come in the night, there's no one. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Here I am, honey, come on, cry to me. Don't you feel like crying, crying, cry, 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 cry to me. Thanks.
Hello.
Hello. I have 2 questions. The
Okay.
first question is, what was the first concert you ever went to? And the second question is, what's your favorite song to play?
First concert I ever went to was a guy named Alan Jackson. There, those woos were very specific woos. They were. I recognized that name, and that surprises me. They weren't necessarily, I love his music, but I appreciate those woos. Yeah, I'm from and back again now living in Virginia, so I'm a country boy, and yeah, so Alan Jackson was my first show. And favorite songs to play. I have probably, I'd say right now, my two go-to kind of faves are Stand By Me. That's like one of my favorite classic love songs. And I played that. And then Jason Isbell's Cover Me Up, which I also played. But those are probably my two favorites, I would say. I'm sorry that my favorites were in the past tense, because I'm sure that you would have wanted me to play one of those. No? Okay. Well, thank you for the questions. I appreciate it. So, I don't have a watch on, but I sense that it's probably about time.
2:57.
What's that? 3 seconds?
You can play a song. Play a song. Play whatever you want. We're dying here, aren't we? Mystery song. I'll find the triangle.
Take a good look, lift your head up, baby. Bang your drum so everyone can hear. Come on and be with me, leave the scene. I wanna see if you and me find out just what's back behind the bed. Baby, that's all. You don't have to leave this world alone. Lay your head down. Baby, I know you don't have to go through life alone. No, that's all. So everyone can hear. Come on and ride with me, I want to change something to you. Do you see yourself back in the mirror? Baby, that's all. You don't have to let this world control. Lay your head down. Baby, I know you don't have to go through life alone.
So this is usually the time in the song where we play this thing called the bridge. But I feel like we have more important business to attend to. And you may or may not know what that business is.
Anyone want to guess? Who's next?
You guys know who's next?
Who's next? Me? All right then, let's get it started. First of all,
all. Let's thank Jason